Trifold shutter card. Okay, so I downloaded this template off Craftworld, and it's for a piece of 12 by 5 card, but I wanted mine a little bit bigger, so I have used a piece of 12 by 5 3/4. Measurements are, I've done the measurements just the same, it just means my mats and layers in here are bigger. So what we're going to do is a piece of 12 by 5 3/4. I'm going to, no, first of all I'm going to make a mark. I'm going to draw a line from 2 to 10 inches. Okay, so you want to go into and you want to come down 1.5. One and a half is there, and 1.5 is there. Okay, let's see if I can do this. So we want to go down to 10, which is there. Okay, so we want to bring it back down here, and we want to go down to 10. So that's roughly where my lines should cut. Now, if I remember correctly, when I did this yesterday, my lines did not cut where I wanted them to. See, that's not straight. If I go 1.5 that side, I want to go from 2 down to 10. Okay, so I've cut from 2 down to 10. This doesn't seem straight for some reason. It's definitely not straight. So 1.5. See, that was nowhere near straight. See, my line was crooked. But that's what you do anyway. You might have a trimmer that does a better job than mine. Mine is just a cheapo that I bought only for to do stuff like that. Okay, so you want to score at 2 down to your score line, and from, or your cut line. And from your cut line down at the bottom. So 2 down to your cut line down to the bottom at 2. Then you want to cut, you want to do at 4 the whole way down. Okay, you want to do at 8 the whole way down. And then you want to do from 10 down to your cut line, and then from your cut line down to the bottom, so you're only scoring from the cut lines up and the cut line down. Okay. Now you want to do your folds. So I have written on mine's mountain, mountain, valley, valley, mountain. Mountain, valley, mountain, valley, valley. So 2 mountains, a valley, mountain, valley, and then a mountain, valley, mountain, and then 2 valleys. So that is what I did, and you can see here it says cut line, mountain fold and valley fold. I know it's hard to see that all in one go. So we will go mountain, mountain, valley, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, mountain, and 2 valleys. And just press it all down. And this now fits into a C6 envelope, a UK C6 envelope. It's 4 by 5 3/4 is the finished measurement. Okay, so I want to rub out them lines if I can find a rubber. TJ keeps coming up looking for a rubber, and then now I have ended up with none. This is the last one I can find. And it cut exactly, the top one was exactly right, it cut right along it, but the bottom one was skew off, so it was. So then you need to do your mats and layers, and these are my mats and layers. The top ones are my mats, and the bottom ones are my layers. So I need 2 pieces of 1 3/4 by 5 1/2, 2 pieces of 2 1/2 by 1 3/4, 4 pieces of 1 1/4 by 1 3/4, and 2 pieces of 3 3/4 by 1 1/4. Then 1 piece of 3 5/8 by 2 1/2. So 2, 4, 6, 7 and 4 is 11. You need 11 mats. And on mine's, I have done them in craft card, and I have done my papers. I've picked some oranges and yellows. And the reason I've done that is I've found a lot of little animals that I'm going to use on this card. Some of them are from this Kiss Me Quick by Clearly Besotted, little dogs, but then that there's an old Stampin' Up one, that's from the Kiss Me Quick. That I don't know what's from, neither do I know where that one's from. That one's from Mixed Up Craft, and that's just a generic one I have. So I'm using little bears and rabbits and things, so I've gone with orange and yellow sort of nature colours. Then for your paper layers you need 2 that are 5 1/4 by 1 1/2, 2 that are 2 1/4 by 1 1/2, 4 that are 1 by 1 1/2, 2 that are 3 1/2 by 1, and 1 that is 3 3/8 by 2 1/4. Okay? So those are my mats and layers. Okay. So let's start sticking them all on. So you could just pause at that bit and write them all down. So we've got 2 long bits for each end. Okay, that's that one. And then this one. I just want to try and make sure they're going the same way. And these 2 thin ones go on here. Like that. One at the top and one at the bottom. Okay, then your next biggest piece is in the middle. You've got 4 little pieces that are the same size that go on these places. And you just have to be aware that if you're using a directional paper like I did, try and get all your bits running the right way. Shush, Riley. I've refilled the bird feeder out the back. So I have this morning. So my back garden's full of birds. Riley's sitting there wondering how you can get at them. Just lying in the window looking out, and every so often making that funny noise that they make when they see a bird. And then your last 2 pieces are on here. It's not the right way round, that is the right way round. There. Right. So now this You Bring Out the Animal in Me is a sentiment I found in my stash. It's from Rare Earth. It was a freebie in a magazine. So it was. Right. If I put the little dogs on there, I'm going to try and decide where I want all this stuff to go. I think I'd like the little dogs in there. See, you have to check what bits you're going to see. You're going to see these two bits first. Put the little rabbits down there and put the sentiment on there. Put the little monkey up there. Something, and another monkey down there. Put that little bear on there. And see, I've got this, but I don't know whether I want to use it. There's a little rabbit supposedly and climbing on top of it. Okay, right, I think that's what we're going to do. If we get some sticky out, that is. So the reason I decided to do this card was it was very easy. It was easy to do. You'd only 2 cut lines to do, and some score lines. And as I say, I bought that trimmer especially to do this kind of stuff. It's not a very expensive one. So it's not. If I glue that down then. Glue that down. Just make sure it fits in. And then put some sticky on top of it in a minute when we're glued. Put some sticky on our wee dogs. So I've got 2 of the images from the Kiss Me Quick. Ready to go on. And it was a very quick card to make. The hardest thing, and it's not hard, it's just time consuming, is cutting out all the mats and layers, which is why I like them all in a list, and then I can just read down the list, right. And I think it took maybe a half sheet of card and a half sheet of paper to do it, so it wasn't. And I am trying to use up my papers and my images still, which is why I'm trying to pick cards where I can use a lot of images so that I can do a lot more colouring. Okay, right, I want to stick my little rabbit on, don't I? But it's not big enough for a full one, so we'll just stick a half one on. And there we go. That is our Trifold shutter card to use up my images and my papers. That's that one, and then this is a Happy Father's Day one. So thank you for stopping by. I much appreciate it. I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share, anything that would keep me going. please stay safe and well, and until the next time, chat you out.